she's the best thing I've accomplished, and I can't wait to just lean on her.
I introduced Tyler to my sister-in-law, my wife's little sister, Jenna. And so when I was a student pastor, Tyler's whole high school clique, they were all in my youth group. He was the only one that wasn't. So I just kind of inadvertently met him. We had a running joke. He's like, hey, I hear you set people up. When are you going to find me a wife? And that night, I was like, well, let me know when you're ready to meet my sister-in-law. And that was like a year after year joke. And finally he was like, hey, you're not kidding, are you? And I was like, no, I'm not kidding at all. You should come over this week and meet my sister-in-law. And so he did, sparks flew, emotions ran high, as they say in Dumb and Dumber. And so they're together. So,
when I first met my wife, I was ready to dive into a relationship. I was ready to go. And she was a little more hesitant and kind of uncertain about me and in general, which I get.
She didn't know anything about anything I did. And when she found out that I was playing music, and I think I invited her to a show, and like sat her in a spot, and like I'm like playing the show, I'm like, oh, she is just digging this, and afterwards she was completely unfazed by the fact that I was just on stage in front of a bunch of people and that I play music, and like she just didn't care. She thought I was like a fun guy, but she was so unfazed by what it is that I did, and I was obsessed with that, and I love that about her. And so she still to this day is just she's very supportive, obviously, but I don't know, I never had to worry about any sort of wrong motivation or anything like that. And so it was about 2.5 years ago I met her. When I kept telling Jenna, who's my wife now, when I first met her, I was like, this isn't a date. This doesn't count as a date. I kept on saying that because I wanted our first date to be like fun and memorable. And then finally, when the first date came around,
it was cool.
I haven't tried since then. So no, I involved a lot of my friends because I kind of built this scavenger hunt type thing. I gave her a poem in the beginning of the date. Each stanza brought us to a different location, and at each location, I had some buddies there that were like set up to do something. I think at one point I sang like a song in a restaurant with a couple other guys in front of everyone. I stood up on the table, and it was crazy. And then another one, so Josh was like disguised with my other friend Colin, and they pretended to I had you pretend to like hit on her, and I was like, you don't do that. And I went over to like pretend to beat him up, and he was far off in the distance and dark. I thought maybe we could pull it off, like she would think I'm actually getting in a fight. And then afterwards she's like, bye Josh. She knew the whole time. It was good. I got engaged in France to my wife.
Il s'est fiancé.
Really?
Il s'est fiancé en
Was it in
France.
Paris?
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, when?
Tell us more
It
about
was on a Ferris wheel.
Oh.
Oh, c'était sur une grande roue.
Yeah.
C'était à Concorde.
Il s'est fiancé sur
Trop
la place de la
bien.
Concorde.
Why did you choose France for that? Pourquoi est-ce que tu as choisi la France pour faire ça?
No, I thought that would be a special moment just to be in Paris. And
Did you put a knee on the ground?
yeah, man, you have to.
Really?
Yes.
Il a mis
that's the
un
way to do
genou sur le sol.
Yeah, I had the ring, and I didn't know what to do with the ring because I didn't want to put it in my
Savais pas quoi
pocket
faire de la
and
bague.
lose it. So I put it in my sock.
Il l'avait mis dans ses
Yeah, I had it in my sock. We were walking around Paris, and we finally got to this Ferris wheel. And I was just walking, and all I could think of is like, how expensive my socks were.
Il avait sorti de la
The story was that when he was getting to the point of getting engaged to his now wife, he had asked his wife, what kind of wedding ring do you want? And she said, I want you to pick out a ring for me. And I'm sure, I think it was like he custom made this ring.
What God has brought together, let no person separate. Tyler, you make history bride.
I just got married, so she's back home. But no, I'm thinking about her, so I think she's a pretty cool girl, and this song was about her, so. Oh.
My taste in music is your face.
I think maybe it was just a commentary on I don't really have a particular taste in music, but I do have a taste in people, and that person is, I like that person, so yeah.
She's here, so sing for her, would you? This next song is dedicated to my beautiful wife. This song goes out to my wife. Well, the idea that I had was to involve my fiance, Jenna, because truly this is the first time I'd ever written a song about love before. I would describe it as a kind of a gruesome love song, you know, with some moments that describe in detail kind of what's tough about being in love. But so the idea of having her involved was it just made sense. I couldn't imagine having another like love interest actress girl doing it. Love is a scary thing. It's trusting someone with everything that you have, and they could decide to crush it at any moment, and that's a very uneasy feeling. And so the song and the video kind of document some of those emotions, and at the end there's a resolution that ultimately that thing that I was afraid of for so long was the thing that saved me.
She's a heart, she's a butcher inside, coming far.
This next song we're gonna play, I wrote for my wife. Jenna, I love you very much. Thanks for being have to deal with me. She's the best partner that I could have in life. It was my wife and I's anniversary yesterday, so happy 4 years, Jenna. I told her I would take her somewhere nice and I would wear something nice, and here we are. The song is for her. I don't care what's in your name, I just wanna know what's on your mind. You used to say you wanna die for me, but because of you I'm my things. 1, 2, 3. Where I find, I know it's hard sometimes. And I showed Jenna the song, and I didn't know if she would even know what I was trying to do with it. She said, I like that Ride song. And I was like, well, first off, it's rhyme. She said, no, it's not. It's Ride. And I said, okay. So I finished the song. It's become one of my favorite songs that we've ever put out. So this is for her now.
I didn't know until I heard Tyler start unbuckling his belt while they were making the nominees.
Stressed Out, 21 Pilots.
I should move my hand or keep it here. Keep it. I found out that Tyler wants me to shave his head in the video, so the only thing we're going to show is my eyes. So I had to get makeup on. So I walked in like this, and I said, just do from here to here.
For you, I go write a slick song just to show you the world. For you, I know they think it's messed up to sell out for your girl. Step to it too much bigger than you. Sing you this song here and there. I wrote this for my wife, Jenna. I was talking to my wife before the show. I said, hey, what do I rhyme with here? And she said, okay, what about this? Mini soda, like you're really thirsty but not that thirsty. I said, honey, there's a few reasons why that doesn't work, but I appreciate the help. For you, I know, sing you this song till I reach my quota. For you,
the show for just a second. I want to bring a couple people out on stage, okay? This is my wife, her name is Jenna. So, I want to say that I'm bringing a couple people on stage. And that's true.
I don't know if she's watching. Jenna, listen. Make sure you lock the back door. Check all the windows. It's cold at home. I know I usually close the windows, but I'm not home to close the windows. And when you keep them open, it ruins the heating bill. It's very bad. I need you to step up for me.
Oh, yeah.
Who's better kisser? Ooh, yeah, I got that
Who's
one too.
more childish? No, it wasn't Kisser.
Yep. If you go back,
What?
If you go back, it does. Who's more childish?
Who's the better kisser?
You already voted me. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. There you go. Perfect. What?
You see her face?
Do it. Hi. She's freaking out.
Oh, so I'm doing the lights for the performance as you dance.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
We talked about this.
Got it.
Is this all the way zoomed out, Mark?
Yeah, that's how you rock it, right?
Hey, do you like my hair?
Okay, so this one. Let me get her shoes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready?
Ow! I'm cramping. Hey!
Like this? Is that right?
Yeah. Can you go faster? There you go. There's a rhythm to it.
Oh, that. It's okay.
All right, cut.
When I first met my wife, I was ready to date her. I was ready to dive right in, and she was a little more hesitant. And not to compare a pandemic with the uncertainties of a relationship, but in that moment, for someone who maybe isn't getting, their feelings reciprocated in their world, it does kind of feel like starting to bubble over and become a little anxious. So I wanted to kind of pair those two stories and move them down the lane at the same time so that.
He's so good. We literally just started and he already has some of this down. It was just so natural for him.
I mean, Jenna was
taking care of you.
She's a culinary artist.
Was she ever concerned? Did she ever come down and just pat you on the shoulder and just be like, you gotta get some sleep now?
Yeah, she told me, like, you should eat. She's never too particular about hygiene, but she did several times, like, when's the last time you took a shower?
It's me floating circles in my fishbowl, keep things fresh. She said that I should change my clothes. I exaggerate the life we used to know. Lose my sense of time or two. Weeks feel like there's Medicaid in the afternoon, and I just want to know, have you lost your footing too? I just pray that I'm not losing.
No, that was a real phone call. Believe me, she wanted to re-record it. She didn't like how she sounded. Like, I'm not re-recording anything. This is it.
Yeah.
So in the song Saturday, I was working on that song, coming towards the end of the evening, and she called me from upstairs. It was just a very organic conversation where she asked, like,
Working on music?
yeah,
I'll just go to bed. I'm tired.
I want to watch Friends with you.
If you feel like you have time to do a song or you're inspired, you should just go for it.
I was recording that whole time while on that phone call, and it just happened to fit perfectly as the bridge of the song. And when she says just go for it, I sing a high note and we go into the last chorus, and I love it. Yeah, I'm really proud of that one.
My wife is pregnant with her second child. I didn't want to text everybody, so I thought, I'd let you know right now.
I dedicate this song to my wife. She's here tonight. Thanks for dealing with me, honey. Thanks for dealing with me. Tonight, on that second throw, that perfect throw where I caught the tambourine, that was actually my wife, Jenna, who threw me that tambourine.
Forget about game. I'ma spit the truth. One time till I get them in their birthdays.
I actually probably shouldn't watch this because I might tear up.
I don't know why you stop crying. These fucking balls. And I don't know a lot about you still.
Oh my gosh. You know what? That was actually the first time I've ever seen that video.
I figured I didn't really throw it over to you for approval. Wow.
Can I get some director credit on that? I think I shot most of those videos.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Those came from my phone.
It was cool to go back in our phones and just pull old videos. I wrote the song about my relationship with my wife, but kind of tapped into earlier on in our relationship when I was trying to woo her. But it was interesting. I wrote it at the kitchen table, with a couple of our kids on either side of us. Kind of a crazy time to be thinking back to when we weren't sure if we were going to be a thing or not. And here I was writing a song on the ukulele with 2 children eating their food on either side of me. One word of advice for songwriters: don't let your loved ones that you're writing a song about watch you make the sausage, because it makes it way less romantic when they watch you figure out, is this lyric better or is this chord better? And so she kind of witnessed the creation of that song at the kitchen table over a few months, and it lost its oomph.
Let it know if I found my body in chains, I'd lay down and wait. She looks for me. Cause it's the fear of the unknown that cripples every step we take. And I just hate to put this on her, but I swear that I will give more than I take away.
Mystery one? You're a good sister, Rosie. Thanks for sharing. You're such a mystery one.
My wife shaved my head for me, and my youngest daughter didn't recognize me. Jenna gets a moment in Midwest Indigo. She's sitting on the bench with your brother Jordan. Kind of threw in some behind-the-scenes stuff towards the end.
Down that old fight for survival. You're in the crowd at her first dance recital. Push on through.
Where's Dad at?
Hi. Hey. He's not.
Daddy, where's Daddy?
Hi. All right, I'll see you. I feel like my wife always, I don't know, she just doesn't get enough. I don't know, I need to give her credit because she's just in the trenches all the time, right? When I leave the house and go do something like this or go on tour, and there's definitely a part of me that's like, I get to go away for a second. But at the same time, I think that the way I would describe having a family now and doing what we do, yes, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. Balancing and juggling the family life with going out and playing music, but at the same time, it's kind of solved a lot of those kind of empty gaps for me as I've been out here. So it's been worth it for sure. I was talking to Jenna earlier today about how I think we're going to be proud of. Hey, do you remember when we toured with 3 kids? I think we'll be proud of it. But right now, it's pretty intense. Can I talk about it for a second?
100%.
Okay. Starting this career felt like I was standing at the edge of an ocean and I was given some supplies and they were like, okay, make a boat. And I put this thing together and I built this boat and enough to start to float. And we started going and found some more debris on the way and kind of built this thing. And then before you know it, I'm in this like tugboat sized
thing, and it's got a motor, and we're going. Eventually, things happen, and I'm on a yacht, and we're just flying. And all the while, I think that some people would assume that my significant other in the process is in a smaller boat next to me, waiting for this boat to inevitably either wreck or run out of fuel. And when it does, I hop onto hers and we head off into the sunset. When actually what's happening is, in relation to who she is to me, I've built this little tugboat thing, and that's about as big as it ever got. And she is waiting for me to run out of gas in a cruise ship. And when that goes down, I've got this to pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a really weird way of saying that she's the best thing I've accomplished. And I can't wait to just lean on her.
Ultimately, that thing that I was afraid of for so long was the thing that saved me.